gentlemen, went over the rules with you both. You're professionals. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. That's gloves. Good luck.
Eddie Hernandez Sr., excellent referee here in California. Beto Duran, Jessica Rosales, and Marco Villegas with you. This is an interesting one. We saw Tayden the Butcher Beltran earlier. That is the old school boxing tattoo with
skulls?
Who's the guy from Disneyland?
What?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, Jack Skellington.
Yeah, Jessica inspired. And Beltran works quick, Marcos. He comes in and he works very, very fast.
Yeah, they call him the Butcher. Let's see if he's able to chop up Duque in here.
Hey, very nice, Marcos. Very nice.
Got little isms for you.
Oh, man. Marcos, our unofficial scorekeeper tonight.
The baby and the butcher.
Yeah. Now, Duque is tough. He's 2-2 for Guadalupe, Monterrey, Mexico. Oh, you can hear the body shots immediately from Beltran. Dig into the body as Beltran. We saw him on the Thompson earlier this year, and he did not waste time. Huntington Beach is where he's from. Marcos, he fights like he's double parked. I know it's an old term, but
hey, you know what, though? Duque is responding real well to these punches. That's for sure. You know, he's getting his respect in there, but let's see how it unfolds. It's still early on in the fight. It's relatively close at this point. They're still feeling each other out, trying to get each other's respect and get, you know, a bit of a feel out there for each other's power and rhythm.
135-pounders. Eddie Rodriguez in the corner of Beltran, former trainer of Danny Roman, the former world champion, who celebrated an anniversary of 5 years ago when he won his title in Japan. The fighter was developed on the Thompson card, but now it's about CBN Promotions, Capanova Sports, developing fighters. Jess, we were back there when we talked to Beltran. He didn't talk much.
No, and you know what? Most of these guys have a poker face, right? When they're out of the ring, and then once they get in the ring, you can tell. This guy literally has had the same face this entire time. You can't read him. But I would have to guess that he's here to just get down to business.
Exactly. Now, if you want to see who Beltran is, go to this CBN Promotions Instagram page, and an excellent job by our crew getting a sit down with him where he talked about how he overcame bullying as a kid in Southern California, and then also how he got his nickname, The Butcher. And I told him, hey, man, good job, brother. That's for you to open up, like smile a little bit. That's probably the worst thing I could have told him. He just gave me that stare of like, fool, get out of here.
And a lot of these fighters get into boxing because of bullying and end up having great careers. And not just that, but in that same video, I know which one you're talking about, he even called out his bully part against him.
Yes, he did. And that's what happened. Right hand from Beltran. He's got a nice compact style. Final seconds of the opening round, scheduled for 6. CBN Promotions in Long Beach, California. Thank you for watching us on Fight Stars TV.
Check out Beltran right now in his corner, not even sitting down, stay standing up. Like, I don't even need the school, they moved it.
Yeah, in that zone, the shirt from his team, walk him down, chop him down. Damaris V, our ring girl for that round. So he's got a little cut on the top of his head. This is a dude, if you see him, you're like, yeah, I don't want to be around him.
Or mess with him. Don't mess with this guy.
Does Duque's tattoo on his chest say, "What is love"? Because, you know, that's an interesting one for fighters.
I couldn't see it.
Maybe
I saw the scribbles,
Yeah,
but I couldn't
that's a
actually
question
read
right there, Marcos.
maybe he's a fan of that 90s song.
What is love? Saturday Night Live.
Good action here, though. Start off
Yes,
round
it
2.
is. Better love boxing because he's getting tagged. The hooks from the Butcher. This is the English version, and there's also the Spanish voice, as you hear on Fox Deportes. The Olympian and former champ Ponce de Leon on the broadcast.
Man, I love the body work that Beltran is putting in. The only thing, though, is Duque is responding, and when he responds, he lands, and he's landing clean, though. I felt overall, the last round was a Beltran round, but Beltran needs to, I feel, do a better job or an adjustment to get out of the way, or at least move his head, so these punches that are being thrown in response from Duque aren't landing and scoring from the judges here ringside.
Duque was actually born in Monterrey, but he lives in Texas. His last fight, he knocked out a fighter making his pro debut. And then before that, in February of this year, he took on Emiliano Vargas, the youngest Vargas brother. And he went the distance with the 4 rounds. Emiliano signed a top rank. That was on a top rank show in Glendale, Arizona. It was Navarrete, Liam Wilson, also Barbosa, Chon Cepeda, so he's been on a good card.
That says a lot about him if he's able to go rounds with Emiliano Vargas. He's seen by a lot of boxing insiders, a lot of trainers as the most talented of the Vargas brothers.
And we saw Duque make his pro debut against a kid they call Bazooka Sanchez. That's trained by Joel Diaz. That was last year at the Doubletree Hotel in Ontario. He got in the 3rd, but he made it really competitive. It was a battle back and forth. He was knocked down in the 1st, and then in the 3rd he went down. But that was his pro debut. You can see he's made some adjustments, looks better, very confident. Tayden Beltran, 6-0-1. The draw coming in his 3rd fight. That was back in 2021. That was a weird scorecard where one had it 40-36, another one had 40-36 each way. So Marcos is the unofficial scorekeeper. When you hear 40-36 either way, like, okay, what are we looking at here, right?
Yeah, I'm not, it's weird. This is all subjective to what the judge is looking for, They train them, the judges, because they take seminars and all that, to always look for effective punches, the criteria for scoring ring generalship, defense. But, to put it simple, it's really who's landing the more damaging punches. So if one judge is seeing it a complete shutout for one fighter, and then the next judge is seeing it for the other fighter, it does make you kind of question what they're seeing or what exactly their criteria is, to be honest.
Also, Motley jamming inside Thunder Studios. That's Aaliyah B. Ring girl. What do you see, Jess? You're looking at something.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay attention to, Baby's corner over here, seeing his trainers, giving him some directions, but a lot of movements, a lot of hand movements. So I'm trying to pick up on what they're saying to him. I might go sit in the corner and see what's going on.
Why don't you go to that corner, get us some info. Jessica Rosales in that hybrid role. Analyst, reporter, host extraordinaire. Well, use your bilingual skills.
It's a good punch just landed right now from Duque to start out this 3rd round.
He's leaping with those punches and he's moving around. I'll tell you this, Marco, when we saw him in his pro debut, he stayed in the middle and just traded.
But, he has a style to be able to go ahead and work well on the inside. As you see here, he's able to move, land it straight, follow it up with a series of punches. Beltran doesn't like that, so like we mentioned earlier, he needs to be careful to get out of there and not get tagged by these counter punches.
And then,
oh, he just gave him a kiss there. That was odd.
What are you doing? Like,
and that's his response to that right here.
And Beltran did not.
Yeah, not having that.
All right, Jessica Rosales is back. What are they saying over there, Jess?
So I told you his team was looking a little wild, a lot of hand movements there. They were acting out exactly what they were telling him to do. He said, I told them, look for the liver, go for the stomach, and finish it off with an uppercut.
Interesting. And it's the Butcher Beltran, and you hear a lot of oohs and ahs. He sold a lot of tickets. And then Duque, Jess, his corner told him something, but he's also looking around like, okay, how much time is left? He's looking at, right behind us, there's a big screen where the fighters can see what's going on, the action. And they're trying to sneak in and grab the clock.
I really, really liking this body work here from Beltran.
Yes. Now, when you have Eddie Hernandez in your corner, you know that. He developed fighters, only working with a few. And he's not the main trainer, but the wisdom that he can impart on them.
You know, it's interesting. Beltran's moving forward. He's the bigger guy, has a reach advantage. He doesn't seem too bothered by the responses from Duque, though. He just landed a good two-piece just now.
Yes. Duque's making it rough. I watched that fight when he had Emiliano Vargas, and kind of rough, but not really. This is a
good upper there.
It's gonna be a tough out.
Oof. Good three-punch combination put together there by Beltran.
Mark, unofficial scorekeeper, so he will get his card at the end of 3 rounds. Still to come, though. We got Emiliano Moreno, Levi Benitez.
Oh, look at this, a little exchange of words between the two.
They're going at it. And Rigo Hermosillo, Alex.
Two or three punches as we start here round number 4. A lot of deep breaths.
Yeah.
Beto from Duque in the corner here as Beltran still goes to the body and committed to that. He knows it's working.
This is the first time that Beltran is scheduled for 6 rounds. We're in the 4th. Man, Duque is tough. He gets in there and mixes it up with. He's not going anywhere.
And he's a sneaky, sneaky counterpuncher.
That's a good way to put it. Sneaky because he leaps at you. The Butcher Beltran, Tayden, 6-0, 4 KOs. He's got the black trunks. Last time he was in the ring, knocked his opponent out in the 3rd, and Jessica Rosales was in the corner of the Beltran. What are they telling him over there?
Yeah, well, they're telling him that they definitely like the body work that he's doing, but they're saying that he needs to keep boxing and he needs to think more. They want him thinking more about his punches that he's throwing, but they like what he's doing with the body work.
Think more, okay. Duque is not scared. He gets hit, and he's like asking for more.
I think he may have complained that was a low shot that was landed. I don't think the ref went and saw, given the angle, the vantage point that he was at. But I think that's what he was complaining about.
And that's what he is complaining about. Look at Eddie Hernandez. And now Eddie's going to tell him. Desde Monterrey, México. Guadalupe, Nuevo León.
Oh, man, you got to love these shots being landed by Beltran. And you can hear them, too, when they land, and that leaves a big impression on the ringside judges here.
See, Beltran lands a right, and Duque answers with a left. Oof. The power is definitely on the side of Beltran.
Duque got a chin on him, man.
Yes. That's what we saw for the 2 fights we had him on the cards, where he can take a shot I mean, there's no development with El Duque. It's coming in there and scrap. And he's got the boxing glove tattoo right behind the ear, does Duque. Nickname Baby. Good jab. Good hook from Beltran. Uppercut from Beltran. Duque eats that. He does have a beard. Beltran talking. And Duque blows him another kiss.
You know, Duque may be blowing kisses, but his team wants him throwing punches instead. They're over here telling him that he's got to let those hands go more.
See some highlights here, Marcos.
Like I mentioned, you know, this body work is really doing well, racking up points for Beltran as he's fighting here on the clinch. You know, as we see this angle here, good work there on the inside. Hook landed, another hook to the temple. And there we see Duque complaining about a shot going low. Ref didn't catch that. There, as we go into this round number 5 with Duque looking confident. He ended that last round 4 confident. So let's see what he shows here in this round.
As Beltran asking the crowd, which he sold a lot of tickets for to make some noise for him.
He knows he's ahead.
Yeah.
You could tell by his composure. You know, he has a lot of momentum going his way. So, you know, Duque is going to try to, or not try, but he's going to have to adjust because, you know, through 4 rounds, he's lost every round. Good lead.
Yeah, the power is not on the side of Duque, but he will stand toe-to-toe with you. He'll get there and land punches, but there's no combination, no power behind. So I don't think that Beltran is intimidated or scared of that at all.
Yeah, he's not worried about what's being thrown back at him in terms of the power, if it could damage him or stun him. You never know. No, it's always the punch that you don't see coming that ends up hurting you and putting you on your butt in the canvas. But, you know, so far I feel Beltran's confident to take these punches and impose himself on Duque.
All right, first time you've seen Beltran, what do you think of him?
You know what? I like the body work that he's putting together. Like I mentioned, when this fight's over, they're going to look back in the tape, and a few takeaways will be when he's in situations like that where he just landed the 2 body shots to move or at least move his head so there's no response back coming to him where he's not getting hit clean.
Like if somebody with more power is going to be able to hurt him.
Yeah, they're going to be able to respond too as well, so they really got to work on that.
Jessica Rosales was talking to the Duque. ¿Y qué dicen allá?
Well, you know, they were telling me that the way they see this fight right now, they feel like Beltran is a bit of a dirty fighter. They said they don't like all those low blows. He's throwing some punches he shouldn't be throwing. But they said that right now, they know that they're in his turf, in his home. They need to get a knockout. But they said, we are prepared for that. We're ready for that. He said, but more than anything, he's having a really good time in there. This is a good fight, and he's enjoying it.
Yeah, I don't think he cares about his record.
No. He looks like he's a bit of a showman. Every time he's gone back to his corner, there's been something that he does to end the round. So you can tell that he's having a fun time.
Well, the evolution of a fight, he's been a pro just for a year, and he's in his 5th fight. Like I said, we've seen him twice. Like, he didn't look like this the other times we saw him. He was there, but he wasn't showy like this.
Right.
A little swagger to him. I like it. That's Jessica Rosales. I'm Beto Duran alongside Fight Hype TV founder, the man who runs it, Marcos Villegas.
Got to correct you there, Beto. Fight Hub. But
Fight Hub, no TV?
Oh, TV, yeah, Fight Hub. As we're seeing here, you know, the body shots really paying dividends for Beltran, though it hasn't really affected the punch output from Duque as he goes ahead and he exchanges with Beltran just now. Good exchange here.
At the end, very nice work, very nice work. And Duque gets the crowd going.
This kid Duque, man, he could take these punches. Not sure that's winning him the rounds, but he's able to give and take with a bigger, stronger Beltran.
As we head to the 6th and final round, you see some ice and That's being applied to the face of Tayden the Butcher Beltran. How do you have it after 5, Marcos?
Yeah, through 5 rounds, I got it all. Tayden Beltran, just been the guy that's landing the better punches, landing cleanly to the body. And, you know, Duque, he's trying, he's responding, but it's just not enough. I feel, you know, overall, like, it's real simple, Beto. You just got to hit the guy more than he hits you. You know, in order to win a lot of these rounds, if you try to go ahead and put it on the simplest form of how to win a round in boxing, you got to hit the guy more than he hits you.
Marcos Villegas, the founder of Fight Hub, is where you want to go, right, Marco?
Yeah.
That's where you want to go follow.
Fight Hub TV, there we go.
Fight Hub TV YouTube page, and this broadcast available on Fight Stars. 2023, getting you whatever you need. It's also available in Espanol on Fox Deportes de León.
Good
6th
punch
and
there.
final round, and they're just going to go and swing at it. Beltran stepping on the gas, sitting down on his punches. Jessica Rosales, what are they telling Beltran in the corner?
Listen, I wish I could tell you word for word the way that they told it to me, but basically they said he's going to put it all out there and he's going for that knockout.
In other words, not safe for a broadcast.
No.
Okay. But if we said it in Spanish,
It's still not safe.
yeah. So we understood. Low blow, Eddie Hernandez warning Beltran, who bows. Marcos Villegas has Beltran up easy. Can he stop the rugged Duque?
You know, another thing, too, is Beltran's a big dude for this weight.
Yep.
For 135, you look at the size difference between the two. Duque in line with someone who is probably a natural lightweight. And you see Beltran, he's just a lot bigger, a lot thicker than his opponent.
Yeah, he rehydrated really well. They both weighed 136.
I like these punches that are being landed by Duque.
Yep. Body shot from Beltran, Duque, rough. If you put in a young fighter who doesn't know how to mix it up, Duque can steal a fight from you. Good job by Beltran tonight, halfway through the 6th and final round. Coming up next is going to be Emiliano Moreno and Levi Garcia Benitez, a couple of unbeaten fighters in the welterweight division. Make sure you follow the CBN Promotions social media accounts for all the behind-the-scenes action.
Yeah, CB Promotions Official on Instagram.
Oh, snap, official.
We've been doing some interviews after the fight, so a couple of exclusives that we've got going up there tonight.
The crowd's like yelling, what happened to the kisses? Blow him a kiss now. Good scrap though, fun fight. Good learning experience for Tayden Beltran, getting quality rounds against an opponent that's gonna mix it up. Final seconds of the fight. And that'll do it. Love that. That's what CBN Promotions is all about. New blood, sangre nueva. They both look at each other with 10 seconds and say, let's go, and they do it. Duque's not gonna win this fight, but he won a crowd, and he won people who want to see him again. I want to see him again.
Dude, this kid Duque is crazy, man.
Yes.
He's entertaining, that's for sure.
Dude, he took a lot of punishment. He's fine. It looks like it didn't really affect him at all. You know, Beltran was working to the body. Those were big power punches from him, too.
Well, boots with the fur. Also, Casino bringing you the recap of the fight. Marcos Villegas, what'd you like tonight?
You know, I like the aggressiveness and, more importantly, the way Beltran was able to put body punches and combinations, left and right, switching. You know, like I mentioned earlier, he was getting punches in return, but you see they're digging into the body, just some beautiful body work
A lot of the times you don't see a lot of fighters really focusing on the body work. And he executed really well here tonight.
Fight went the distance. There's the judges' scorecard. Carla Caiz, Zach Young, and Don DeVerges are the judges for this card. We're down Sonny Franco. Doesn't know what's going on. Boots with the fur. I haven't heard that song in a long while.
Don't lie. This is on your playlist.
Not, well, you know, because the kids used to listen to it. You know, as a good father of a 2-year-old, you got to have boots with the fur. Now the kids are in college. There ain't no more boots with the fur. Infinite Reality Studios in Long Beach, California.
I think there's a mic issue because normally if a decision is taking this long, you kind of start to worry a little bit though. This fight.
Well, how do you have it on your card?
Oh, no, it's obvious. Tayden Beltran, to me, won this fight, won every single round. It'd be really hard to see if the judges would give it to the other opponent.
Después de 6 asaltos de boxeo, vamos a las tarjetas de los jueces por la decisión oficial. Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 exciting rounds of boxing action to the judges' scorecards, we go for the official decision. Judge Caiz is about 59 to 55. Well, Judge Zach Young and Don DeVerges both seat about 60 to 54, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. En favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Y todavía invicto and still undefeated, the Tayden the Butcher